I'm Maggie Williams, Editor of Reward. I'm here today with Tobin Murphy-Coles, Commercial Director of Aon Employee Benefits, to discuss employees' financial planning needs in the workplace. So Tobin, what will be the main effects on employees of the recent pensions and retirement changes?
It's a very interesting question, and it's a moot debate going on within businesses at the moment. The reality is that employees are faced with more choice than they've ever been faced with before. And if you consider sort of the context that this has happened in, yes, there are some mature savers in our workforces who are making sophisticated decisions about their pension and retirement choices. But we're broadly talking about this in a context where hundreds of thousands of employees have been enrolled in pension schemes for the first time. And although freedom and choice is good in any financial vehicle, the reality is that we've got uneducated savers who are going to be deeply invested in complex retirement vehicles, given the opportunity to make a series of pretty life-changing decisions, which they may or may not do within the confines of having advice or education or guidance as they make those decisions. So the reality is twofold. One is actually what will play out, and then the fear of what might play out. And I think for all businesses, the long hard look in the mirror to ensure that employees are given the right tools to be able to make objective decisions at that moment when they can make some fairly far-reaching decisions is preoccupying almost every company that we're working with at the moment. So on the upside, it's choice, it's flexibility, it's all those things that we would like employees to be able to have. On the downside, it is possibly too much choice, and it's choice that employees are making in the context of a scheme which is sponsored by an employer. And I think the fear of what might happen is polarising the upsides of all the choice and all the good things that might happen within the pension scheme.
And are advisory firms now developing tools to meet these needs?
Yeah, increasingly so. I think advisory firms have recognised two things. One, they're trusted partners of employers. And secondly, they have a bit more of an objective view of what employees need on an individual, on company by company basis, as opposed to the pension providers themselves. So Aon, much like many other advisory firms, are starting to produce the type of tools required for employers to give their employees access to. Aon's developed something called Big Blue Touch. There are other advisory companies out there producing similar things, and the premise is really straightforward, which is here is an employer-sponsored tool that is given to employees and frequently accessed over the web or via an app, which talks to the employees specifically about their financial arrangements and creates something that we call guided outcomes. So it effectively allows you to put in all of your financial data, all of your financial history, all of your bank accounts, all of your goals and all of your ambitions, and it will let you know how you're performing against those goals and will prompt you when you start to need to make decisions. In real terms, it's probably what we were asking financial advisors to do for us going back 5-10 years ago. But as we all know, financial advisors are beginning to disappear from the workplace. And we think that this is the type of tools that both employees and employers are going to be looking for over the coming future.
Many thanks for your time today, Tobin. There's been some really interesting insights.